rustling of leaves, the gentle touch of wind, beholding emerald while the sun grinned. Decay runs through forlorn chambers and hands, pavement is blue, hits of footfalls are due. Sequence pictures portrayed in each corner, place of mirrors, but image is a blur. Still has identities and markers. Rapport comes with contrast, being diverse. Depth of understanding, where they submerse. Sameness is not order, rather difference. People see what others need through their lens, finding allies and hands to help each one. Only trees whispers, calm and no one to shun. This home does not exile, and so all one. This project is a multi-faith center that aims to acknowledge diversity. It aims to bring community unification, create better bonds and relationships, and mitigate spiritual wellness for all individuals. This will be incorporated using the strategy of parasitic architecture and deconstruction. It will provide structure that goes well along with the site's condition and will provide enough common space for all people of all religions. Its aesthetic also aims to contrast the repetitive design or Mediterranean design of the whole subdivision. This slide tackles about the sociocultural parameters of the whole subdivision. The location of the site consists of 312 houses or 937 people. Meanwhile, the next slide is about the sociocultural parameters of the actual site, which is the clubhouse. The population depends on the events and time of the day, of course. The people that go here is 55% male, the rest are female, given the fact that it's probably because there's a basketball court that attracts more males than females. Now, for the physical parameters, the location of the actual site is strategically at the center of the subdivision, hence all people knows exactly where this place is. The neighborhood consists of houses, vacant houses, and empty lots. The size of the compound where the site is, which is the red rectangle, is 75 meters by 81 meters lot, with 4 meters wide road around it. The actual site, on the other hand, is 480 square meter in size. As seen in the map, road acts as a border to the site and hence ensures great accessibility and mobility for everyone. The actual site is surrounded with different infrastructures such as basketball, tennis court, pool, playgrounds, and parking lots. The site have enough plantation and therefore gives a strong sense of nature. Its man-made features are a few lampposts, as seen in the illustration, that provides enough security at night. For the sensorial experience, for the visual, it's very peaceful looking, it's spacious, and there's an abundance of color green as shown in the video. For the olfactory, there is sometimes a strong smell of chlorine whenever they are cleaning the pool. For the somatosensory, the place has its typical tropical weather and therefore could get really hot or breezy in the afternoon. As for its sun path, the sun sets in the west and sun rises in the east. Lastly, for the auditory experiences, there are often, of course, noises coming from children or people that goes here since it's a clubhouse. And the actual sound which is prevalent is the noise coming from the ball bouncing or the players from the basketball court. For the next few information that will be tackled is about the volumetric designs, diagrams, and design responses. For the first problem, the site chosen already has an existing structure. Therefore, the strategy is to build the project right on top of that structure, giving a sense of parasitism. Next is, The existing structure has a one side that offers more support than the other. As seen in the illustration, the other side has like rooms. So hence I subtracted from the former volume and now it's divided into two parts, having one side heavier than the other. For this slide, as mentioned in the sensorial experiences, there's often a strong smell of chlorine, and that's why I had a garden insulated right in the lighter part of the project. These plants can now provide fresh scent in contrast to the chemical scent. As for the design of the roofing, I had the tip placed or centralized where most support from the other is from. This way, the structure can give more stability and also somewhat irregularity in its design that contrasts to the usual symmetrical design of the subdivision. Since it's Mediterranean and somewhat traditional, it's very symmetrical. And even the structure below, which is the clubhouse. Again, as mentioned, there are noises coming from the court and playgrounds. Having this place to be a meditation or spiritual center, it is important for it to be serene, especially on the inside. Therefore, I'll be incorporating wooden sound diffuser panels on the exterior, which are the rib-like features as seen in the illustration, and also inside the structure. This slide shows the floor plan. The sizes of each rooms are based on the socio-cultural parameter that were mentioned before. As an example, half of the subdivision population is Catholic and therefore the space provided for them is the largest. The multi-faith space as a whole is 17 meters by 19 meters, and the garden or the common space is 17 meters by 9 meters. Obviously, the multi-faith space is where people can meditate, pray, or reflect. The garden, on the other hand, will be the common space, since I've noticed that one of the problems in this subdivision is that people rarely interact. Not much people actually knows one another as they prefer to be just inside their homes. Now, of course, their faith can now bring all of them together in one place. Now, this is where all of these people can gather to hang out, improving the community's ability to communicate with one another and form connections with one another. As for its isometric, the measurement of the existing structure is 4 meters in height, and the project is in 3.5 meters in height to again provide stability. The railings on the garden is 1.1 meters in height to provide enough safety, especially when there are children around. Now for the walkthrough, you can see the rendered version of the project. Again, the wide structure under the existing clubhouse, elevated and given a new feature for people to go to. The walls of each room's inside will be these wooden panels, which are also the sound diffusers. Meanwhile, the railings has wooden posts and glass in order for the passerbys to see the garden. In addition, each room's inside will be enclosed with doors, so that a person from another religion wouldn't see icons that can be offensive to them. Each rooms are also soundproof in order to ensure serenity and of course to provide any disruption of prayers. This is prior to the rendering process. And now the rendered version. This is the frontal view. And this is for the top view. So you can see that there are stones for the surface of the garden. And the plants are all located into pots. So there isn't actual soil or ground in there. My offering for the community is Space Ataraxia, a multifaith center. This present is not simply for giving a solution, but rather for giving a new opportunity for all types of people. The project ought to bring all types of people together despite their different beliefs and cherish their diversity. This will not only strengthen each person's spirituality, but also the relationship of the community, creating a healthy space for everyone to meditate and thus creating better connections, familiarity, and intimacy.